Hello friends, welcome to Testingshala YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to talk about what are the roles and responsibility of an agile tester. And if you wanted to groom yourself being an agile tester, then you should know each and every roles and what all the things he is going to play being an agile tester. That in that way, this video is definitely going to help you to learn those aspects. So if you are visiting for the first time testing Shala YouTube channel, then please click on subscribe and bell notification so that all our future videos related to software testing will be in your inbox. So let's move on to understand what are the roles and responsibilities of agile tester. To become an agile tester, you should know in and out of the SDLC, software development lifecycle of an agile methodology. So being an agile tester, you should know in and out of agile development methodology. So that is the first important thing you should know. The second is you should also understand the normal testing practices, software testing practices. It could be methodologies or it should be techniques being used to derive the test cases. You talk about anything about software testing, at least you should get hold of the good grip in the software testing that would help you can play as a agile tester. And you should have a good hands-on in writing a test case design. When you have requirements or user stories, then based on those user stories, you should be able to write test scenarios, you should be able to write test cases, and you should be able to review those test cases, right? Where you should be able to do a hands-on. It is not just doing some managing role. In agile testing, it is a more of doing hands-on, where you should be able to write your own test cases, and you should have good exposure in executing those test cases as well. Once you write the test cases, then get it the feedback from all the relevant stakeholders, then when they approve it, then you will be doing an execution on your own. The next thing is, as I was saying, you should have a good understanding how to create test scenarios, test creation using various testing techniques and methodologies. And once you are able to create the test design, but you should also keep in mind as the day progresses, your test case count will keep increasing, right? That is where you should have a right method or a best practices you should follow when you are building the test designs that would help you to maintain the regression tests will be easier in the later stages. When you're writing test cases, you should see to that you write the reusable functions, you put the best, some of the best practices which is available in the world, then bring all those varieties of test design techniques that would help to maintain the test cases in the long run. The next thing is being an agile tester. Let's say once execution is done, then if you find a issue, you should be able to log the defect or log a bug. So for that, you should understand the overall life cycle of a defect cycle or a bug cycle, and you should also know how to write those defect report, and you should give complete details about the title, what are the steps is required, step by step he has to give in detail, and also you should give all the relevant information. It could be log files, or it could be which operating system you are using, or which mobile device you are using, or which browser you are operating. Everything you should give in the defect tool, right? That means you should be well versed in writing those defect details. With the given all the applications which we are testing, it is also involved in the backend. That's where our testing is involved in accessing the information from the DB as well. Apart from the UI, we'll also be validating whether the data which is pumped into the database, are you able to retrieve without UI, or once we pump the data to the database, and we'll be using SQL queries to validate whatever the data being pumped from the UI is really has gone to database or not. So those testing also will be done by the agile tester. Hence, this skills is also very important where agile tester should know. And once the defects is done and once execution is done, at the end of the day, he has to publish the report to all the relevant stakeholders just to ensure that where we track on in terms of testing. That's why you should have the agile tester have good understanding and good the skills in writing the test reports on daily basis or a weekly basis. And you should have good analytical skills and technical skills. And as I was saying, you should have good exposure, good communication skills in working with the product owners, scrum masters, developers, and day-to-day basis in agile methodology. Agile testers, your day-to-day job in the day-to-day job, you will be attending various meetings. So the some of the meetings are user acceptance, user story walkthrough sessions, where you're going to help the product owner in defining the acceptance criteria as well as definition of done. This resource should have a mechanism to understand what is the percentage of test executions we have done, or what is the amount of test designs we have done, what is the test coverage as part of creation and execution. So you should know in and out of all these defect metrics that would help to give a right message to the leadership team. And also you should have good understanding in configuring and managing the test environment, because in agile testers you should be able to do on your own everything, right? When that is the case, you will be sole person to do everything in the testing. So here you should have a mechanism to how you are going to do the test environment preparation, configuring the test environment before we start the actual testing. Even so, whatever the test data is required to perform, then you should pump this test data on your own. And you should be able to groom the fellow testers or any other person in the scrum team, right? Being a agile tester, you should be a good mentor or coaching your another person. Should have good understanding of release and iteration planning. And as I was saying, you'll be attending various meetings. It could be daily stand-up meetings, user story walkthrough sessions, or in sprint retrospective meetings. These are the some of the important meetings will be attended by the agile testers. And you should know what we are discussing in all these meetings, how to behave yourself being a tester in those meetings. So you should know in and out of all these things to become a good agile testers. So the last thing here is being an agile tester, you should be able to, because he is a sole person in the agile testing world, especially when you're in the scrum teams. Only one or two agile testers will be there in the scrum teams. Hence, this person should be able to highlight the risk or issues on the test progress made during this sprint timeline, and you should be able to confirm to the scrum masters and other relevant stakeholders on the progress of the testing. I hope you understood the complete details about what the roles and responsibilities of the agile tester. And if you would like to become agile tester, then please go through this video. It would be very useful, where I have given in detail what all the things being agile tester you should know. Enjoyed watching this video, please click on like button. And if you are visiting for the first time Testing Shala YouTube channel, then please click on subscribe button and bell notification, so that all our future videos related to software testing will be in your inbox. That would help you to enhance your testing skills. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.